Boom shakalaka, as Bitcoin becomes range bound once again, it seems that there is a lot of negative sentiment heading into the weekend. Today's video, we're going to take a look at what could specifically happen for Bitcoin, how it compares with previous years, and if you take a look at a longer point of view, what could specifically be happening for you. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at what's going on with Bitcoin, why this range-bound Bitcoin just sucks a big fat D, and what we could do about it. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Push the like button, and today, still in fear, not extreme fear, but we are at 26, down 4 points from yesterday on the Fear and Greed Index, as palpably the sentiment has changed as Bitcoin has turned to this range-bound area. The overall market down 4% today. Bitcoin just above $21,000. Ethereum at $1420. 420, smoke him if you got him. BNB at $243. XRP 33 cents. Cardano 46 cents. Solana $35. And Dogecoin 6 cents. And if you want the top coins today based on artificial intelligence and machine learning, we have Axie Infinity, Barnbridge, Ethereum, Magic Internet Money, and Decentraland. And if you want to check out Token Metrics, there is a 1-week free trial down in the description where you could click the research tab, check out the code reviews to find the best discounted cryptos during the bear market. Now, today, Bitcoin has had a daily close back inside the range. We are range bound once again. Everybody wanted this breakout, me included. I wanted the breakout, finding support on top of that range, and then blasting off to previous levels that we thought were the bottoms. But, you know, sometimes you just can't get what you want. Sometimes. Well, Bitcoin so far has had multiple false breakouts this year, happening in March, happening in June, and happening once again. And we can see the entire narrative has changed. Everybody was talking about Bitcoin blasting off. Well, now that we've broken back down, everybody's like, well, Bitcoin's going to 14,000. Or if that's not enough for you, how about further down, Bitcoin's going down to 10,000, or if that's not enough for you, how about Bitcoin's going down to 8,000, or if that's not enough for you, how about Bitcoin's going down to 6,800? And it could just keep on going down and down and down and down and down as people get more fearful. Now, is this likely to happen? No, I think a lot of the selling has already transpired, but certainly it could go down, especially as the Fed continues to manipulate money, and particularly because the upcoming months generally aren't very good months for Bitcoin price. August and September, arguably two of the worst months for Bitcoin price. Not the worst, not the second, maybe the second worst, tied for the second worst, but definitely the third and fourth worst, if anything else, months for Bitcoin. Now, that being said, does this mean that Bitcoin price is going to crash in the upcoming months? No, we're still above previous all-time highs, still above $20,000. This would be the next level of support. As you can see, the bottom of this trend that Bitcoin is in, lining up right around with the $20,000 support. Underneath there, we have the 280-day moving average that it bounced off of at the COVID bottom and also back in June, and that also is at 18,000-ish. So those are two areas where we could find support, maybe not getting worried yet. And also, this has not been very accurate for Bitcoin this year. Historically, when we've had bad months for Bitcoin, this year has been good months for Bitcoin. And when we've had good months for Bitcoin, well, bad months. But let's take a look at some things, because right now, with Bitcoin corrective waves, we had a bounce at the 50 EMA after the impulse top. We've had a break below the 50-week after the corrective move up. We've had consolidation near the 100-week, then leg down, which ended at the 0.618 from impulse high to 50-week down, all while volume declining, leveling. Historically, very similar to previous cycles, suggesting that where we are right now is very close to the bottoming phase of previous cycles. As a matter of fact, this X lining up for all of these, historically, the bottom was already in for all of these cycles, and yet people are still fearful of the bottom. But TechDev goes on to say, even though these look very, very similar, particularly when we have the same colors and shapes, because that's what we look for in TA, well, he says, what I'm watching for to confirm this correction end: the weekly RSI breaks descending resistance. The weekly candle closes above the 50-week and 100-week EMAs when they are converged soon after they cross, and when both are within the underside zone of the prior blue consolidation, which is roughly $32,000 to $35,000. So really, it's not until Bitcoin gets back above those levels that we really start to see the correction ending. And this is something that I've talked about since Bitcoin broke this 100 weekly moving average, this orange line right here, because historically, every time Bitcoin breaks below, you really don't know it's a bull market until it breaks above. That is roughly right now, when it broke below, it was at 36,000. Right now, it is at about 37.8. And that's roughly around the same areas that TechDev was talking about, the 30,000s, 32 to 35. Now, Stock Money Lizards goes on to say that we have a nice setup, investment cycles, rinse and repeat. With the true strength indicator, we can see there are these nice little humps there. We have hump 1, hump 2, hump 3, and hump 4 incoming. Each hump correlates with one of these bull-bear cycles, these wedges that Bitcoin forms. Now, it should be noted that we haven't had yet the inflection here at the end of this third hump. So potentially, we may not have the formation of this fourth wedge just yet. We may have a little bit of time because, like it or not, even though the pi cycle indicator flagged on July 13th, guess what? Historically, it's been roughly 2 years after a pi cycle bottom until we really start to see Bitcoin taking off. So whatever it does in the short term may not be that important. Which brings us to this. Willy Woo saying the best trade is not buying the uncertain bottom or selling the uncertain top, but to ride the cleanest and most certain line between the two. Many traders try and predict, whereas an understanding of market structure adds certainty. The latter is far more important. So instead of trying to predict, is this the absolute bottom? Is that the absolute top? Just try and ride the waves. You know, buy somewhere around the pi cycle bottom, sell somewhere around the pi cycle top. You end up doing a lot better with that theory. And if we take a look right now, just at the Fourier EMA deviation oscillator here, this shows that Bitcoin, despite what else is going on, this is a golden buying opportunity for Bitcoin because we have never been so far from the Fourier EMA. And if Bitcoin is to recover, which I think, me personally, I believe it will, and I think a lot of other people think it will also, well, this could be the best buying opportunity in history because once the Fed and once the government stops messing around with all the money, well, you think this is going to bounce back? Yeah, I would think so too. So that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. I will catch you guys later. Love you. Peace.